Ever. UCCU, love where you bank.
Big O Tires in Heber is your one-stop shop for tires and service. What was once Point S is now Big O Tires. Same service, but different name. We're
Bottom of the fourth, brought to you by Bonnie Joseph Academy, dedicated to providing the highest quality education to students and making sure they are fully prepared for a successful career in the beauty industry. That's Bonnie Joseph. Single. Old Bridge.
Clutch single with 2 outs in that game, and now getting it done in the one earlier that produced a couple runs.
With same situation, tied nobody out back in the second. He laid down the bunt that the throw ended up going into left field, ended up scoring both. First baseman Densley charging hard over at first base. We'll see what Wasatch decides to do. It's a big lead, pickoff move.
It gets so tempting, Tyler, when you see that defensively. Third base is in very close. First is crashing. You haven't even shown it. Just swing it away, right? Get a little slash and hit it hard. You got a good chance to find some space.
And they are going to swing it.
Yeah, I don't mind the call. I don't mind the call there, Tyler. And now on that one, if you want to change it up here, you're going to back up the first and make him think twice. But it's not the worst idea there to let him swing it.
Second baseman was already standing at first base, Ty, in this bunt coverage. You're going to let him swing again. It's a broken bat. Is he going to get over the shortstop's head? No. Both runners will advance back to first and second with 1 out.
Tell you what, that shortstop has made a couple fantastic plays in that series, Ty. That's another one that's not an easy one to go get. But he went and got it, and big play. Otherwise, you're probably looking at bases loaded with nobody out. Griffel, your shortstop, has had a fantastic series.
Well, Ty, 8-9 for Cyprus just came up with a walk and a single in order to produce a run for Cyprus. It's 8-9 now up for Wasatch. Bunt first, stalking. It's a good one, but they're going to try to get him at third. Oh, good play from Ovison at pitcher. Thought that was going to get by him. Instead, Ovison makes the play. 2 outs, and now still just runners on first and second. Needed to be either 2 feet to the left or just a little bit more on it.
Yeah.
Brings up Fowler. He struck out looking in his first at bat. Be a big loss of opportunity here if Wasatch can't get a run after back-to-back singles to get things started. Ovison comes set out of the stretch. First pitch in on the inside corner.
Baseball is one of those sports when you're not hitting for a while, usually it's not a good thing. Your timing gets off.
Pickoff move back to first. Not in time, but it's another called strike. So an 0-2 count here to Fowler. Oh, we got the Cyprus alum here, Ty.
Yeah,
Coach Joe Mellon.
Got a couple legends with each other.
That's right.
Here. Coach Prado and Coach Mellon.
0-2 the count. The pitch swung on. It's right back up to the middle, and Ovison makes a great play. He'll run it over to first, and they get out of the inning. Back-to-back singles result in no runs on 2 hits, no errors. 2 are left on base. We're going into the 5th with tie ball game.
Hi, this is Kendall Crittenden, Wasatch County Council member and a member of the Caring Community Coalition. Did you know that kids are at a greater risk of experimenting with alcohol and drugs between the hours of 3 and 6 p.m.? Many parents are still at work this time of day. Wasatch Behavioral Health and the Caring Community Coalition.
Are you ready for lunch? Well, the Dairy King, home of the train, is serving the best food with friends and family in the Valley and have been the winner of Best of State for 20 years. They've recently been named the best of Utah for their milkshakes. You've got to try their delicious train burger with an Oreo shake. They also have those yummy salads that just hit the spot or a turkey breast sandwich that tickles the taste buds. They've proudly been serving the Heber Valley for 78 years at the Dairy King, home of the train, serving deliciousness daily. Stop in today.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Fifth inning action brought to you by Guild Mortgage. Your loan officer, Tom Stone, is committed to helping his clients understand their options for real estate financing and assisting them to make solid home loan decisions that meet their needs. Ty, it's been a fun one. Wasatch loses game 1, wins game 2, and now we're 3-3 going here into the 5th inning. 3-4-5 up for Cyprus, and it'll be the top of the order up for Wasatch. Livingston still on the mound. Wasatch loses an opportunity. Back-to-back singles results and no runs in the bottom of the 4th. Livingston will swing or delivers a strike. This one's skied high into center field. Austin Brown comes over, makes the play. We do have a defensive substitution, Ty. Eddie Bluth is in right field. That was a long run for Brown, Ty. Luckily that thing was high, and Brown makes the play.
Yeah, Brown's played the smooth outfield, Tyler, all year long. Nice to have speed there in center field that can track that down.
It's going to bring up Densley, flew out to left field and flew out to center field in his 2 at-bats in the game today. First pitch is going to be swung on. That one's going to be fouled as well. Hafen's going to call everybody off at third base, and
not sure he looked that all the way in, Ty.
Nearly got away from him, but 2 pitches, 2 outs here in the top of the 5th.
Well, now you got your fly ball guy in Densley who had the home run last time.
Yeah.
Just keep it down, Max.
Densley was, he said, Ty, struck out in his first at-bat, a solo home run to start off last inning. Ooh, a good pitch there.
Good pitch.
Just below the knees. Doesn't get the call. Ball 1. 1 ball, no strikes. Outside corner gets that call. 1-1 now the count. It's probably where you want to live, right? Right there. 1-1. Livingston comes set, delivers. And this one's going to be a broken bat single the opposite way for Densley. Didn't get all of that one, but it results in a hit, and Cyprus trying to produce again with 2 outs.
It's been a theme of the series for both teams, producing with 2 outs. Densley, that was pretty good piece of hitting, Tyler. I was kind of looking at his stance. He was kind of closing himself off, so he wasn't pulling the ball as much and almost leaving himself susceptible there on the inside part of the plate.
It's going to bring up the shortstop, Griffel. Ty, you mentioned that he's played a great series defensively. Hasn't been able to do too much in the box yesterday. Pop out. Did have a double RBI to the left field side and a single. Take that back. He had 3 RBIs yesterday.
It's 2 errors, though, for the Pirates have resulted in a couple runs coming across the board for Wasatch. Wasatch 3 runs on 3 hits is all. Wasatch jumped out to a 1-0 lead. Cyprus tied it up 1-1 in the top of the 2nd, but Wasatch put 2 more on the board in the bottom of the 2nd. And then, as you just noted, Tyler, Cyprus got a couple with 2 outs in the 4th, nobody on. And the Pirates were able to string together a series of hits and walks and ultimately produce a couple runs. And that brings us to this point in the ball game. Max Livingston got the start for Wasatch here in game number 3. He's gone 5 innings pitched, 90 pitches on the day, 5 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned runs, 2 strikeouts, but 4 walks and 1 hit by pitch for Max has been a little higher than what you'd like to see. But Ty, he's done everything you would hope to give Wasatch a chance in this game. Wasatch needs 6 more outs defensively, but they got to find a way to get ahead in this one to clinch the series and move on to bracket play next week.
That was your game summary brought to you by the Gordon Law Group, your full-service local law firm who invests in their clients the best knowledge and experience needed for all areas of the law. Already mentioned, Ty, 3 Region 7 teams have already advanced into the Elite 8. 1 expected, Maple Mountain dominating their series, and then Spanish and Salem both with sweeps over the number 3 and 4 seeds in the state tournament.
That's not bad. Not bad.
At the 3 and 4 seeds? Is that right? I thought Orem was the 3 seed. Am I mistaken on that?
Orem's the 6 seed.
6 seed.
Yeah.
Slid down a little bit.
But the numbers aren't matching up for me because was Spanish number 21? I got this right in front of me. I guess I had to look it up. But both of those teams, Spanish and Salem, were one of the last ones in, Tyler, in the 20s.
Oh, that pitch is going to go off the front of the plate and nearly gets out of the park for ball 1. It's at the top of the order up for Wasatch. Blake Sweat, followed by Austin Brown and Grant Mahoney.
Correct myself. Salem checked in at number 19. So Spanish number 20 advances and Salem number 19.
That one in there for a strike. 1-1 now the count.
Ovison only at 49 pitches, Tyler, heading into the bottom of the 5th. He's got plenty left to take this to the distance for Cyprus.
1-1 count is going to be elevated to right field. It's going to push the right fielder back. Prim going back. What a play by the sophomore outfielder. Blake was on his way to third on that one and not able to come up with it. First out of the inning on a great play from the right fielder.
Yeah, not even your regular outfielder there, Tyler. A sophomore who's getting in because your center fielder is on the mound right now. But that's how you go get a fly ball.
It's going to bring up Boston Brown. Singled and scored in his first at-bat. Popped out to the pitcher in his second at-bat. See what Olson decides to go to. He goes back to that off speed.
Every time. Breaking pitch to him every time in this game, Ty.
It's in there for a strike. No balls, 1 strike here to Brown. Pitch. Swing and a miss. He goes back inside. Has the bottom drop out of it. 0-2 now the count. Deep breath. The 0-2. Goes back inside, gets him to swing at it, and that'll be strikeout number 4 on the day for Ovison. And Wasatch goes down 1-2 to start off here in the bottom of the 5th. Bring up Grant Mahoney. Grounded out at the second baseman, flew out to right center field on a pretty good barrel in his last at-bat. A pretty good play from Densley in center. Ovison into the windup, delivers. First pitch is swung on, driven to center field. Densley starts up, goes back, floating, and will make the play. It's a 1-2.
Property.
Timberline Ace Hardware is committed. Home. Around the block, what you need.
Go Wasatch, 480 North Main Street, right here in Heber.
Wasatch High School Sports is on the radio.
Top of the 6 brought to you by Gravity Coalition, offering the best in bike, skis, snowboards, skateboards, and more in the Heber Valley. Stop on in for sales and services. Visit them at their store in Midway or at gravitycoalition.com. This is a cool shop. It'll be 7-8-9 up for Cyprus here in the 6th. We're into the 6th inning. It's a 3-3 ball game. 1-2 count. Gets him to swing and a miss. Strike 3. That's strikeout number 3 on the day for Max Livingston. Again, those strikeouts brought to you by Gravity Coalition.
He's been awesome for Wasatch in this elimination game, Ty. Just starting to do the math in my head. Does not look like he's going to be able to go the distance. That was pitch number 94. So unless you get a couple really quick outs here, that will change the name of the game here. But I think if you're Wasatch, probably the most ideal scenario while you run them out there are 7, 8, 9 coming up. You clear through this lineup one more time, see if you can get 1, 2, 3, and then you turn it over to someone else for the 7th, top of the lineup coming over, and tip your cap to Max for a job well done today.
Strike 1, ball 1. It's a 1-1 count to Seeley, who currently has the tying run. He had a sacrifice fly RBI in his first at-bat and then earned a walk in his second at-bat, and then ended up scoring after a back-to-back singles. The 1-1. That one at the belt. I guess a little above the belt.
Strike zone, Tyler.
2-1.
That's a strike.
I think that's a
strike.
strike.
Up the K zone. Yeah, it's not been called, though. That one that's above the catcher's mask, he's not been calling all game, but I just think it's probably in the zone.
2-1. Seeley, kind of a half swing, fouls it off. It's now a 2-2 count with one away. Barely got a piece of that one, Ty. Dahl set up on the outside. Livingston hits the spot. Did Griffel strike out to end that last inning, Ty? Am I remembering that right? I didn't write it down. Just got too excited and didn't write it down.
No, he grounded into the fielder's choice at shortstop.
Oh, that's right. So 2-2 still the count after Seeley protects the plate. Ready to get back at it. Top of the 6th action, Wasatch tied 3-3 in this winner-take-all Game 3 of the Super Regional. Winner advances to the Elite 8 at Brigham Young University starting on Monday. 7 o'clock start for that one if Wasatch were to get the victory. The full count pitch, yes, ring him up. That's strikeout number 2 in the inning, strikeout number 4. in the game for Max Livingston, once again by Gravity Coalition.
Oh, good for you, Max Ty. What a tough pitch there from Max. Seeley's the one that got it started. Ty a couple innings ago with 2 outs, and 8-9 got on, and then before you knew it, a couple runs were across.
Brings up the number 9 hitter, Prim. He singled to left field in his last at bat, grounded out to the shortstop in his first. He's 1 for 2 today. Yesterday also had an RBI single.
Well, if you just heard that beep, Ty, the worst possible scenario for us as broadcasters is extra innings because our equipment's on battery power. And going 2 games already is stretching it. Our computer's warning us that we're about out of juice. So Wasatch needs to get some runs and produce here.
2-0 the count here to the number 9 hitter, Prim. He goes for this one. This one's elevated to center field. Brown looking into the...
Here at Country Gardens and Nursery, we hope that you feel that you are home when you are away from home as you go around our perennial floor checking out the newest and latest for beauty for your garden, as you wander into our indoor plant shop seeing the possibility of what could be yours. Stop by Country Gardens and Nursery, your home away from home. 1401 US 189, Heber City, Utah. And don't forget to check us out on social media for quick tips and tricks throughout the season.
Chad here from Mountain West Trailers. Celebrating 20 years in business, we know you value strength and reliability. Whether it's for work or play, our dump and equipment trailers are built to last. Enclosed cargo trailers for business and fun, or open utility trailers for everything in between. With expert sales, parts, and service, we've got you covered. Mountain West Trailers is always right behind you. Visit us at mountainwesttrailer.com or stop by at 1470 South Highway 40 here in Heber.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Bottom of the 6th. It's a tie ball game, 3-3. Brought to you by Mirror Lake Station, your one-stop shop for gas, groceries, and goodies. Located at 2nd North Main in Camas, on your way up Mirror Lake Station Highway. Winners of those best in-state donuts. Ovison still on the mound. He's only given up 5 hits, 3 runs. Man, that Bender is just continuing to stifle Wasatch hitters. Gets the inside corner for strike 1. That one in there for strike 2. 0-2 the count. He's gotten in a rhythm, and Wasatch hasn't been able to get him out of it. A strikeout and a line out to right field for Hafen in his 2 at-bats. He's now got an 0-2 count. The pitch. Another swing and a miss, strike 3, and that's now 5 Ks on the day for Ovison. Wasatch has now had their last, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 batters retired. Going back to those back-to-back singles, Ty, looked like Wasatch kind of cracked the code, single,
well,
and then the last 7 guys have been retired.
It's these 2 coming up, right, that cracked the code. See if Bridger can get it going again.
They'll swing at the first one. It's a hard barrel, but right at the shortstop. Griffel fields it cleanly, throws it across the diamond in time. Ground out again. That's now 8 straight batters retired by Ovison. And it'll bring up Jack Salmon, who's been about as hot as it gets for Wasatch. Hit by pitch in his first at bat and scored. Singled to left field on a good barrel. Had a triple in game 2 of the series. Has Mike Dahl on deck. And he'll swing at the first pitch. Foul for strike number 1. Oh, 1, once again elevated foul. Densley's going to come over, but that'll get into foul territory for strike number 2.
Just over 60 pitches now for Ovison, almost through the 6th inning, averaging about 10 pitches per inning.
Goes upstairs, doesn't get the call. Ball 1, 1-2 now the count. Now gets him to swing at 1, but it's going to get by the catcher, Anderson, and so the strikeout will result in a base runner. Salmon's got, he just knows how to get on base right now, Ty, and it's going to be a strikeout with a pass ball.
Well, you got to make it count if you're Wasatch here, right? They just made a mistake back. Wasatch has given them a couple opportunities that Cyprus has taken advantage of. And if you're Wasatch, kind of drive that nail into the heart. where they feel like they should be out of the inning. That was strike 3, third out. See if you can capitalize.
Goes back to the bender, and that's in there for strike 1. 0-1 the count. It's Dahl. Laid down a bunt in his first at bat that actually brought in 2 runs after the throw went into left field. Swings at this one and fouls it off as well. Popped out to the shortstop in his last at bat. So now another 0-2 count. Ovison just filling up the zone right now for the Pirates.
Yeah, he's found kind of his happy place on the mound, Tyler. He's just in a different world right now. Wasatch needs to get him out of his rhythm.
Instead, it's another strikeout, and that'll do it. Wasatch, no runs on no hits. There was 1 error, and 1's left on base. 3-3 going into the 7th.
Check out the Fit Stop Health Club. It's more than a great facility. Their employees and staff create a comfortable, caring, supportive place for men and women of all ages, as well as their families, to work out. They have your tanning beds, massage, and personal trainers. Find your new groove. Jump into their therapy pool with endless laughs. They have Group X classes with nationally certified and specially trained instructors. See what the Fit Stop offers. Go to their website at fitstophealthclub.com. For more information, call 654-2131.
Unlock your potential at Bonnie Joseph Academy, your local beauty school. Explore the art of cosmetology, barbering, hair design, basic aesthetics, master aesthetics, and nail tech programs. Visit bonniejosephacademy.edu to learn more and enroll today. Financial aid is available for qualifying students, and we offer flexible schedules and distant education options. Transform your passion into a rewarding career at Bonnie Joseph Academy, where beauty meets expertise. Bonnie Joseph Academy, Heber City.
At Heber Park City Appliance, you're getting a dedicated team of professionals who go out of their way to keep your home running smoothly. And when we say team, we're talking about 40 years of winning service and reliability. We're here to boost your at-home satisfaction long after your purchase. So when it's fourth quarter and your fridge goes out, oh man, be confident knowing we're a team that will go the distance for you. Heber Park City Appliance in Heber City. Visit us online at heberappliance.com.
And now, back to the action. Wasatch High School Sports on 94.5 The Peak.
Seventh inning action brought to you by Chubby's, new to the Heber Valley, family-owned and operated, 9 Utah locations using 100% premium Angus beef for our burgers and cheesesteaks, award-winning all-American food, delicious desserts. Chubby's Cafe, your neighborhood destination for the food you crave. Top of the order, up for Cyprus. It's 3-3 going in here into the 7th. Wasatch, the designated home team after winning the coin toss down here at Cyprus. Again, winner advances, loser has their season end. Tyson Dahl now on the mound for Wasatch. The sophomore is going to try to keep this one at a 3-3 game instead. How about that? That's a rocket to the left field side from the leadoff guy, Hidalgo. And Cyprus has the leading run on first.
Well, see how old school this is. This is usually an automatic bunt, right? You got the winning run on first base.
Pitcher's mowing, right? He's retired their last 10 guys he's faced. Long set of signs from the third base coach from Cyprus. Good speed at first base as well. Dahl will come set. Walking lead at first. The pitch. He does square to bunt. It's a little bit of a protection. Oh, Hafen bobbles. The throw is not going to be in time. And Wasatch has given up first and second with still nobody out. Wasatch has played pretty clean for the most part in the game today. Livingston did have 5 walks. And just like that, that's going to bring a trip to the mound from Coach McCoy. Not what you wanted to start the inning, Ty. A single and then a bunt that's laid down that's bobbled by Hafen at third. And now you have first and second, nobody out. And the 3 leading RBI guys on the team for Cyprus coming up at 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, and 2 fly ball hitters at 4, 5 especially, Tyler. So this one is, it's automatic. You got a lefty and Anderson coming up. Lay it down. And frankly, his timing hasn't been that good at the plate all series. So they're going to bunt with him again. And so you got to come off and make a play. Ideally, you get something back to the pitcher or a pop-up, something like that, right? And you can maybe get the lead runner. But this is quite a terrible spot for Wasatch to be in, just to put it bluntly, because bunting is the easiest thing to do in baseball. And so if you can get a bunt down here and advance these runners to second and third, with 4 or 5 coming up and less than 2 outs, I mean, that is as good as you can hope for if you're Cyprus.
Dahl takes a long look at second. Anderson will square. It was a huge lead at second base from Hidalgo. He'll scamper back to the bag. Fowler broke to third base, and Salmon broke to first, so actually leaving second unoccupied in this bunt coverage. So it allows Hidalgo to get a big lead at second. 1-0 count. The pitch. Anderson squares again. That one misses outside again. 2-0 now the count. Two balls, no strikes. Runners on first and second. It's a 3-3 game. Cyprus threatening here in the top of the 7th. Wasatch in a big jam. Mahoney playing shallow, as is Hafen on the corners. The 2-0, another square and another ball. 3-0 now the count to Anderson. Dahl again coming out of the stretch. Long look at second. Delivers the 3-0, and it's another miss.
Well,
4 straight pitches.
No need to bunt if they're going to give it to you for free, Tyler. And none of those were close, unfortunately.
That might do it for Dahl, Ty. Coach McCoy's making another trip out to the mound. Bases are loaded. Nobody out. It's a 3-3 game. We'll see what Coach McCoy decides to do. Trips to the mound again brought to you by Mirror Lake Station.
Well, Ty, you start going through scenarios, go through options here. You really need a punch-out pitcher.
Well,
and who do you have that's going to come do that for you?
Your starter from game 1.
Bridge? Bring Bridge back in.
Bridger's coming in.
Hafen or Fowler. Looks like Braxton is going to be on the mound here.
Going to go Braxton, so they'll put Shaw at third, so that'll kill the DH. Hafen will go to short, and they'll turn to another sophomore, Fowler. See if they can get out of this jam. Again, bases loaded, nobody out. And they're going to put Braxton on the mound.
Well, it's the right move, Tyler, because what you need here at this point is you need a guy that can throw multiple pitches for a strike at any point in the count, which Braxton can do. And you've got to entice a pop fly in the infield. You've got to get a strikeout, just something that can limit them. But right now, Cyprus, with really, if you could hand-pick 2 guys from their lineup to get a fly ball in the outfield, it's the next 2 guys coming up. I mean, this is as good as it gets for Cyprus. Nobody out. Densley, 2 of your heavy fly ball hitters looking to pull it to left field. But, Ty, you can exploit that a little bit. If Braxton can hit a spot, they're going to be looking to elevate. And if you can get that ball to pop up in the infield, that's a way to work out of this jam here. So see if Wasatch can come through and get these guys to roll over. Cyprus has run a suicide squeeze at this point in the series as well, Ty. I don't think these are the guys you do it with, though. But it's not something that should be out of the back of the mind for Wasatch, especially if you've just brought in a new third baseman, which they have. Excuse me, Ty. They're going to leave Hafen at third. I kind of put that wrong. Shaw goes over to second base after throwing the first game here. So Hafen at third, Shaw at second, Salmon moves over to shortstop.
Wasatch will have the whole infield cut off. Outfield playing pretty normal depth, though, Ty, despite it's not do or die in the outfield, right? And you got 2 guys, one that's already hit a bomb today that's coming up. So Dahl behind the dish, Hafen at third, Salmon at short, Shaw at second, and Mahoney at first. Braxton Fowler on the mound. Wasatch 3, Cyprus 3. Bases are loaded and nobody out. Fowler wants to talk things over here with Dahl, make sure their signs are on the same page.
Yeah, infield in here, Tyler. A lot of space out there in the grass. Wasatch is the home team, so it's not like this is do or die. So you got to think, too, minimize the inning. Right. This one run doesn't make the game over if this comes across. And you got to play smart heads-up baseball if you're Wasatch. If they get 1 here, which is highly likely, you can't make it 2, and you got to minimize this inning.
It's an 8-9-1 up for Wasatch in the bottom of the 7th. First pitch misses inside for ball 1. A little tailing fastball action inside on the center fielder, Densley. 1 ball, no strikes. Fowler comes set. Delivers, hits the spot on the outside corner for strike 1. 1-1 now the count.
Well, I think you're taking all the way until you get a strike at that point if you're Densley. But now he's got one. And now if you're Braxton, you start mixing in every pitch you've got, right? Keep him off balance, throw him your best hammer, maybe get a changeup in there. Don't give 2 straight pitches in a row that are the same.
The 1-1 goes back outside with the off speed. Doesn't get Densley to chase. It's a 2-1 count. Dahl does a good job of smothering, keeping it in front of him. Still 2-1. Two balls, 1 strike. Fowler gets the pitch, delivers, swung on, an elevated foul for strike number 2. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Pretty good pitch from Fowler, keeping it low, below the knees. Almost got him to pop up in the infield. Fowler comes set. It's still a 2-2, nobody out. The pitch goes in front of the plate. Dahl does a good job once again of bodying it, keeps it in front of him, and we've got ourselves a full count. 3 balls, 2 strikes, nobody out. Cyprus led off the inning with a single, a bunt that Wasatch had an error on, and then a 4-pitch walk. The payoff pitch. Swung on, fouled, barely out of play. We'll keep the count at 3-2.
Wow, what a fun moment. Both these guys competing well out here. Braxton doing a good job for Wasatch on the mound. Densley battling at the plate. Fun baseball.
State tournament action. Winner advances. Loser has their season end. Fowler comes back set. The 3-2. Swung on, and this is elevated high in foul territory over on the left-hand side. Salmon coming over. He'll make the play. He quickly turns around, and that's exactly what Wasatch needed, was a ball that's caught by the infield. 1 out, and it brings up the second Densley, who's already hit 1, about 380, Ty, 380 down the left field side. A solo home run that put the game at the time 3-2.
So what you've done, you've given yourself a chance. That's the most critical one. Check the first box. Now you've got the most, well, let me say it differently, the slowest guy in the lineup here. Also one that's maybe going to hit it the hardest. But if Wasatch can get that ball down in the zone, you could get a double play out of this kid.
Base is still loaded. 1 out. The pitch swung on. Instead, it's elevated to left field. Blake Sweat running in. Brown running in as well. It's caught. Brown, the throw home. We got to play at the plate. The throw's not in time, and Cyprus takes the lead. Another run's going to try to score. No, he'll advance back to third. Wasatch throws the ball around a little bit, but regardless, Cyprus takes the lead on the sacrifice fly on another ball tie that's just not that far into the outfield.
Ty, you're 130 feet away, and you know, you got to start talking angles a little bit. Austin, you got to go make the play first, and so that's good. He goes to get the ball, but that ball, Blake, you got to come get that one in left field. He's got the angle, he's got the arm to do it, and that needs to be a left fielder ball. They are not scoring if he comes and gets that. Instead, you've got a lefty coming over from center field, catching and having to make that play. And Ty, that's just an unfortunate situation. Braxton, exactly what you need there. He gets a couple lazy fly balls that you should not be scoring on. But Cyprus, for the second time today, is able to sneak a run across on a fly ball that's just outside of the infield.
So threat's still there, Ty. It's 2 runners on second and third. It's a 1-run lead for Cyprus. You mentioned, Ty, just minimizing. If Wasatch gives up just 1 run in that situation they were in, that's probably a win, and you got to come up and score a run either way. It is going to bring up Griffel, who singled to right field in his last at bat. Instead, he'll swing at the first pitch, and that's fair. Oh!
No,
there's no way!
That's a foul.
That is a terrible call by the umpire. That ball is at least 2 feet out foul, and the umpire missed it, and Coach McCoy might get tossed on this one, Ty. That is a terrible call.
That's a season-ending call that he just missed there. It's a terrible call.
That is such a bad call.
I will not hold off on that one, Tyler. It's a horrible call that literally can end the season for a team. I cannot believe that umpire just missed that call. So bad there behind the dish. There should be a fine or a banning from baseball for that. That was so bad in that moment.
6-3 now the score on just a missed call. It's a terrible missed call. It was easy for us to see out here up in the booth. Man, tough break for Wasatch.
Ty, you got no one there that can help, too. The other umpires are at different parts of the field where they can't see it. So that's a solo call from that umpire. There's nothing you can do there. Big hit from Griffel. Big gift from the umpire.
Yeah, he now has 5 RBIs in the series. It'll bring up Hidalgo, struck out in his last at bat. He'll swing at the first pitch. This is going to be a fly ball to right field, and that'll do it. Wasatch will have to score 3 in the bottom of the 7th in order to extend this thing. Cyprus are licking their chops, 3 outs away from advancing into the Elite 8.
Yeah, you got 3 outs, Tyler, and you've got a pitcher that is humming right now in Ovison. What a good job from Cyprus to get back in this thing. What a terrible job from the umpire. Terrible umpiring there on that one. It's a very different game, right? If you're looking at 4-3 going into the bottom of the inning, that's so different than now a 3-run deficit that Wasatch is looking at. 6-3 your score on just a very, very bad call from the umpire.
Well, it's going to be 8-9-1. It's going to be Bluth, followed by Fowler, and then the top of the order to Sweat and Brown in order to try to get Wasatch back in this thing. 6-3. 3 runs scored, and Ty, it started with just the start of the inning. He gave up a single, and then he had an error on a bunt, and then a walk. It loaded the bases. Wasatch had what they wanted to. They got a pop out to right field, or pop up to the shortstop with nobody out, and then they got a shallow fly ball to left field that Wasatch just couldn't execute on, and they ended up scoring, and then a ball that, at least from our angle, was at least 2 feet outside, and a tough break for Wasatch. It's going to put the score at 6-3. And it's going to bring up again 8-9-1. Bottom of the 7th, once again, brought to you by Timberline Ace Hardware. We are all about being the helpful place by offering our customers personal service, quality products, and a convenient shopping experience from local experts who know you best. That's Timberline Ace Hardware, also our sponsor of our postgame show. That'll be coming up after the game. Ovison still on the mound again for the Pirates. Ty, 59 pitches, is that what you said he's at right now?
Just
70?
over 60 now, 60? Ty. Yeah, 64 pitches on the day.
He's been efficient. He's only given up 3 hits on the game. A single to Brown in the first. Gave up 2 singles in the 4th inning. And that's it. That's all that Wasatch has had. They've been able to produce thanks to some errors. Eddie Bluth gets his first at bat.
No earned runs. I mean, he's been nails on the mound.
Eddie Bluth's first at bat. He's going to be hitting for Kyron Stocking. First pitch is, check swing, strike 1. They appeal to the third base umpire, and he calls it a strike. 0-1 the count. That one outside. 1-1 now the count. 1 ball, 1 strike here in the bottom of the 7th. That one a nice pitch in there for strike number 2. 1 ball, 2 strikes, the count to Bluth.
Yeah, you're going to have to hit that breaking pitch at some point if you're Wasatch. Been good with that over the last 4 or 5 innings.
And he gets him to swing at it, over the top of it. Strikeout number 7 on the day. That is now 3 strikeouts in the last 2 1/3 innings. He's humming, and it's going to bring up Braxton Fowler, who has a strikeout as well, and a ground out to the pitcher.
Ty, I've hammered this umpire, and rightfully so. I mean, he got the count wrong at one point. He missed that foul ball. But if you don't want to blame the umpire all the time, and if this game holds the way it is, you can come back to that fly ball. Remember, Fowler got that fly ball just outside the infield that Wasatch had a chance to make a play and end the inning, and they didn't come through. And then, unfortunately, it gets left up to the umpire on the next play.
Well, and Cyprus earned their way on to load the bases, right? To put them in that situation where that hit makes a difference.
Yeah, well, earn's a strong word. An error and a walk, I'm not sure I'd say.
That's
earning
true.
their way on.
But they got on. 2-0, make it a 2-1 as he gets the outside corner. Wasn't the umpire's fault that the bases were loaded is where I was going with that. 2-1 the count. Ovison, the pitch. Check swing. Check it with the first base umpire. No, he didn't go. 3-1 now the count.
Yeah, he's probably not brave enough to make that call over by the Wasatch side.
Yeah, that would be bold to go check swing strike there.
Team is emotional over there right now.
3 balls, 1 strike to the number 9 hitter Fowler. The pitch swung on, and this one's going to be caught, I believe, by Densley. He's going over to the fence, going over, and it does get out of play. So full count now for Fowler.
Braxton kind of squeezing that left hand tie. Remember, he was worried that was broken just a couple weeks ago. It's the first at-bats he's had. Well, but Cyprus did just enough to push across the winning runs, and congratulations to the Pirates. The number 5 team's going to move on to take on the Spanish Fork Dons at BYU on Monday. Wasatch unfortunately sees a awesome season come to a close in Coach McCoy's first year at the helm. A lot of promising future here for Wasatch, but sad to see some of these awesome, reliable seniors go as the season comes to a close. Max Livingston caught up in this whole emotion, Tyler. It's going to be lost how well he pitched. 6 innings for Wasatch, gave up 5 hits, 3 earned runs, and he certainly gave Wasatch a chance to win. And unfortunately, they come up just short, and Cyprus wins the series 2-1 over Wasatch.
Game summary brought to you by Robar's Collision. Built their business on exceptional care, collision repair, and are proud to boast a 98.7 satisfaction rating. Ty, let's hand out some season awards on this one, as this one will wrap it up for our spring sports. Lacrosse, still some action happening, right? Lacrosse is going to be on at Park City. Softball playing today. Let's see, girls lacrosse is playing West Jordan today at home, and then boys soccer playing tomorrow at home as well. So a lot of stuff happening still for the Wasatch Athletics, but this will wrap up our broadcast schedule for the year. And Ty, throw it over to you for your players of the season for Wasatch.
Yeah, this one's fun, Tyler. Of course, there's a lot of different angles you can go, but Ty, how can you go farther than the freshman for your offensive player of the year with Austin Brown? Led the team in home runs, led the team in hits, led the team in batting average. He's going to be your offensive player of the year and a bright future there, over 450 on the season. For Austin, he's your offensive player of the year. And defensively, Tyler, a lot of great players, but Grant Mahoney at first base, there was no one better. And Mahoney, to me, was the defensive player of the year for Wasatch. And on the mound, I love what Wasatch did across the board. But, Ty, it felt like when you needed a win, Bridger Shaw was going to be the guy that would step up for you. And so I think Sweat, Livingston, Fowler, I mean, you had a lot of guys that gave good innings. But Bridger, to me, he was the guy you wanted. He's the one you wanted to hand the ball to. And so Shaw, to me, is your pitcher of the year.
Those players brought to you by Country Gardens and Nursery, your only locally owned and operated plant nursery. Country Gardens and Nursery has everything you need for your gardens. And don't forget to stop by your indoor plant and decor shop. Austin Brown, your offensive MVP. Your defensive MVP goes to Grant Mahoney, and your pitcher, Bridger Shaw. Ty, some moments from the season that jump out at you as you look back on the 2025 season that was?
There's up and downs like there always is in the year, but of course the announcement onto the scene from Austin when he hit that ball down at Desert Hills about 500 feet as a freshman early on has got to be the one at the top of your mind over there. And Ty, I feel like anytime you get to the state tournament, there's moments to be remembered. The Cedar Valley series, of course, was great getting the sweep there in that one. But I love Game 2 here today. It was just gritty, and Wasatch battled. And to me, I feel like that was symbolic of who this team was all year long, is when the chips were down and things got tough, this team would always give you all of their heart and battle back. So to me, Game 2 today and fighting through that, Shaw going a complete game, it's very symbolic of who this team was this year.
That's going to wrap it up for the 2025 season. And, Ty, I think we need to give a shout-out to Coach Bo McCoy.
Yeah.
Did a great job in his first season.
16 wins.
17,
excuse me.
17, right, after today. Just did a fantastic job, and the future's bright. A lot of youngsters, and excited to see where this one goes. Final thoughts on the 2025 season?
Yeah, Ty, the future is bright. And, of course, just thanks and congratulations to these seniors on a fantastic year, Ty. Chance, make sure we don't forget some of these going around the diamond, but you had some guys like Blake Sweat that were fantastic, Colton Hafen, Bridger Shaw, Kyron Stocking, Grant Mahoney, Micah Dahl. Those guys were consistently in the lineup all year. Did I miss anyone else, Tyler?
Sam and Bluth are the other guys that
in the lineup, but not seniors.
Right.
Yeah.
Sorry, seniors, yeah.
And so just want to give a final nod to those seniors, how much fun it was to watch them play over the course of this season. And they'll be missed, and wish them the best of luck in their future endeavors, several of them going on to play at the next level, and hope that they'll have the best success. And what a great year.
That'll do it for the 2025 sports season. We'll take the summer off, and then we'll be back at it on the football season in the fall. Again, a reminder, though, boys soccer at home and girls lacrosse at home today and tomorrow. So stop by Wright Tree Stadium for some Wasatch Spring Sport action. I want to thank you for listening here on 94.5 The Peak.